Hello, everyone. My Star Angel Beauties, our Star Angel Beauties. My name is Simone.
And I'm Mimi.
And welcome to the first episode of We Loves to See It. We Loves to See It. Yeah, we just started our first podcast together. Mimi and I both do stand-up comedy, but we met at a bar that Mimi works at on Sunset. I'm a part of the beer club. The rest is history. I mean, we had to do it, right?
We had to do it because we love to see it.
We love to see it.
Love to see all the debauchery in our lives.
Oh, let's do the first episode. We're not going to tell them.
We're not going to get into
what happens in beer club stays in beer club.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Oh,
proud of it. But yeah, so we're starting this podcast. We loves to see it. You know, we're both comics. We're both in the service industry, just trying to make shit work, but like live our lives like everybody else. So why not talk about it? Talk your shit, you know?
In LA.
Yeah.
Nonetheless. But we're both Southern girls. Well,
I'm not Southern, but I'm Southern.
I'm from Alabama. Simone's from Florida.
South Florida, yeah.
South Florida.
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. It's Southern, but it's not like you beat me, you win. Like, your accent's the cutest.
I'm from the deep South.
I love when you're like, I did 3 mics tonight. I'm like, ah!
Oh my God.
Do you ever find yourself saying somebody's accent back to them?
No.
With you, I don't know why. I'm like, 3 mics. Like, I want to say it. You know?
Everyone does this to me.
I know. I love it. Don't ever lose that.
Well, I mean, I'm 37 years old. It's not going to happen anytime soon.
That's right.
You know,
I'm sure when you're home, too, it's like super thick.
Oh, yeah. If I'm on the phone with like my dad or like cousins, it just really, the draw really comes out. Certain
I love
friends,
it.
like my best friend from high school, you know, she and I, you know, talk, you know, as much as we can. Of course, she's got like a family and kids,
right.
You know, she's living like the actual, you know,
you
life.
can lock that in though,
yeah.
Right.
But when I'm talking to her, she has much more of a draw than I do. So yeah, it definitely comes out then.
Cute. Too. It's giving role play. I don't know why.
Role play. Ooh.
I'm turned on.
Do we look like a lesbian couple?
Honestly, if we do, we know who the bottom bitch is. My outfit choice today was just like, yeah, like this is the first episode. Let's really entice them with your fucking I don't even know.
Yeah, we're really going for the male gaze here. I don't know.
Whatever. You're, you know, the beauty and I'm the butch. Whatever.
Oh, stop, please.
Whatever, dude. I'll bring it next episode. I'll bring it next time. We'll get tits out or something.
Remember that see-through dress you wore the other night?
Sweetie, sure do.
Yeah, I mean,
Sometimes
like,
you gotta
bring that on.
I just love to like throw people off, you know, where I just like dress completely bummy and like butchy, and then out of nowhere it's like she's naked. Why?
Yeah, what's that like? Like you have 2 looks, like you're like homeless, you look like a whore.
I always say, get you a girl that can do both.
Oh yeah,
and I can do both. Dude.
Yeah, do it all.
Yeah. Well, that being said, here I am single. I'm crushing it, dude. I'm crushing it. Don't you know people are like, I chose to be single, so that's why I'm single. It's like you could choose to be single and still be upset and sad and depressed and miserable and self-conscious and, you know, I'm not speaking about me.
Listen though, are we single or are we in relationship purgatory?
What does that mean?
It means like that in between. Relationship purgatory is the in between.
Purgatory just sounds so.
Well, you're not necessarily single, but you're not taken. You know what I mean? Like think about my thing, you know.
Your soul is taken, but your body wanders.
Well, my body hasn't been wandering in a few months.
Oh, well, I don't know.
Fortunately, I don't know.
Mine wanders all the wrong places. It just wanders into a fucking ditch on Sunset. Yeah, thriving.
Let's talk about Sunset.
Let's talk about Sunset. We met at a bar on Sunset, at your bar, which we will not speak of for
various safety
reasons.
Especially since I got almost attacked outside of it last weekend.
I know. Last time, we recorded. That was scary.
It's getting crazy out
there.
Girls,
get your mace and shit, dude. Get shit ready because it could be broad daylight, and you could still get it. You know,
you can be chased.
Look at me. I wish somebody would fucking try to chase me. I swear to fucking God. You know when like you're in the mood to like fucking kill? I am.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, I thought I was going to go there. Yeah. But luckily I was.
Well, luckily you didn't.
I did not. Yeah. But so I work on Sunset. You come in, you're in the beer club. We found out each other I just started doing stand-up when we met.
Yeah. How long have you been doing it?
In July. Let's see. I'd like officially started. I took a class at West Side Comedy in January for a few months because people just kept on saying
Shout out to West Side.
Yes, people just kept on saying to me like, oh, you should do stand up. You should do stand up. You're really funny. And I kind of just thought it was like a pipe dream because
stand up.
I mean, it's stand up, and I was, already invested in like office jobs, for the last, decade before. And I just thought it was silly. Like I didn't move to Los Angeles to do entertainment. Like it just didn't
Which
happen.
Is crazy because you like did, white collar jobs. And right thing. And
but then I grew up doing theater and, singing and all that kind of stuff. I went and did this class at West Side. I did really well. And I thought to myself, okay, this is something that I may want to pursue alongside, having like a real career, a full-time job.
Right.
And then things just kind of took off. I went to like a couple of auditions at Flappers and Comedy Chateau.
Yep.
Got booked on the Bringer shows, which is, like the first step to being a comic.
And for those of you that don't know, sorry to cut you off, but Bringer shows are what you do when you first start. Bringer show, you got to bring 5 people. What I did at the Comedy Store, actually, they would pay you. If you did at least 10 and then going forward, you'll get $5 a person. So that was incentive for me to do it. But yeah, you have Bringer shows, your friends come, they support, they see you eat shit. But that's support, you know what I'm saying? So as you're saying.
I have so many friends now, who've come to see me and they're like, oh, I've heard that joke before. I've heard that joke. It's like, yeah. But he's like, you had some new stuff in there too. Well, yeah, you're going to be hearing this fucking joke for the next
forever.
10 years. So
yeah.
I mean, that's kind of like what it is about being, and I think that was one of the most daunting things to me when I first started doing comedy. And I actually talked to a good friend of mine that's a music producer about it, songwriter. I said that, it's a little bit weird when I'm writing and I feel like I should have new stuff every single set that I do. But then if I did that, if I had new stuff every single set, I'd be like a comedic genius.
Yeah,
I already have my Netflix special.
Yeah.
And he made a comment to me. He's like, well, it's kind of like your jokes are like your song. Don't musicians do songs over and over again?
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. That's really good advice.
And so do comedians. But anyway, so by the time we met in July, I had been doing comedy, really grinding at it for about 2.5 months.
You are grinding, dude. You make me miss that grind, man. Like just going to mics every day and like, the Comedy Bureau, what a blessing that we have that. Comedy Bureau is a website that has all the open mics, what's required. You have to buy a drink. You got to do whatever. Go down on someone. Verbally, it's a verbal blowjob. But it's a fucking grind, dude. And you see the same people, no one's paying attention.
No, they're all on their phones. And
you gotta really love it, dude, to do this shit.
You do. And I feel like I don't get to as many open mics as I could just because of my schedule, with bartending. Yeah. Because a lot of them are at night. But there's places like the Hollywood Comedy, Fourth Wall that have, mics during the day. And then Third Wheel, they've got, Midnight Madness every single night that's really popular. And then on Friday and Saturdays, there's a huge crowd. Shout out to Third Wheel.
Third Wheel, rep. Thank you for the space.
So that's how we met. And so when we started talking, you're like, oh, well, yeah, I did do comedy, but I'm producing this show now and yada, yada, yada. And you put me on your show.
Yes. I, at the bar that she works at, I've basically been going to this bar for like 9 years. Pretty sad. But, I started producing a show called Simone and Friends and she worked there and I thought, why not like give her a fucking shot? Like when I used to produce shows, I really enjoyed having a dynamic, having some seasoned ass people on that shit and then some newbies and then some in between. It's a good, it keeps people on their toes, and then it makes you want to do better. And I thought you crushed and well, you did two of my shows.
I did 2 of your shows. Yeah. And I did do well. I remember the second show. So one of the thing that really pushed me into doing comedy was back, over a year ago in January 2022. I was on a date with this guy and the date went really well. It was like a whole day date. We kissed and that was it. We kept it PG, right?
Cute.
So I thought, okay, for sure I'm going to go out with this guy again. We had such a fun time for sure.
I'm not bitter.
So I was confident enough to reach out to him the next day and I go, hey, so we had a great time. Are we going to go out again? But let me rewind. In the middle of our date, something he said to me, he goes, you need to go into stand-up comedy. He's like, you're really funny.
Wow, on the first date.
On the first date. And then didn't want to go out with me again either.
Oh, he's like, red flag.
Yeah.
This bitch is crazy.
Oh, she's mentally ill. And I'm not.
Also, I hate that whole stigma. Like, are you going to talk about me? You're saying, okay, first of all, Billy, get over yourself. Like, I'm not.
Well,
but maybe I will. But
if you do something interesting or weird enough, yeah. But most of the time, these men are so boring. Like there's nothing to like even say about them.
Right.
But at any rate, he didn't. So I messaged him. I was like, hey, do you want to go out with me again? He was like, no, I had a really great time. But no, and I'm like, you had a really great time. Why would you not want to go out again with somebody you had a really great time with? Whatever. I'm not going to like try
I could kill this man.
I'm not going to try to, decipher any of this. So I start doing comedy. I did reach out to him because we like still follow. He didn't unfollow me on Instagram or anything. Like nothing bad happened between us. And so there was still like that little, social media connection there. And I reached out to him. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know that I am pursuing stand-up comedy. And, you were one of the reasons. So thank you for saying that to me. He was like, wow, yeah. He's like, I do think you're really funny and talented. Well, a week before my second show with you, he reached out to me one night and he goes, hey, do you have a show tonight?
Tell me he came.
And I said, no, I have an open mic I'm hosting. I said, what's up? He goes, oh, I just lost my job. And I was like, you just lost your job. That's funny.
Yeah. He should have died.
I'm just kidding.
You broke my heart.
But yeah. So he actually came to my show and I called him out on stage.
Oh, that was that guy. Well, you're like, I'll probably fuck later or something like that.
Yeah. So I remember, so he was in the audience and I said, oh, this is my chance to like kind of embarrass him. But the thing is,
that's what you wanted, sir.
He likes to be embarrassed. So he keeps on asking me like, when's your next show? I want to go. Are you going to call me out again? Yeah, I think it definitely is.
So have you spoken since?
Oh yeah, he's like like a little like friend of mine. He like always likes my stuff.
Respect.
And he's supportive. So you do have like those people, and it's funny because the people that support you in stand up are some of the ones you would never expect to, and then the people that you think are going to support you, they're just kind of like, oh,
yeah. That's cute.
So probably secretly don't even think you're that funny.
Well, dude, for me, what was great, I'll never forget this. I went to a private Catholic school, and everybody I went to high school with, like, they're like CEOs and they're fucking crushing it. And when I went to my 10 year, I was like, yo, like, this is crazy. Like, I do stand up comedy. What are we gonna do? People were so supportive. They were like, Simone, fucking duh, you should do stand up. Like, that's so cool. Tell me more. And I was like, all right, so this is a vibe, So if people know, I don't know, I feel like the way that you portray what you're doing and show the passion in it, people fuck with it. You know what I mean?
I agree, and I feel like some of the people I've met in this time of doing to stand up, I've forged like strong friendships with, like you. There's some others.
Oh, you make lifelong friends.
Now I'm finally in my element, and I'm finally becoming who I'm supposed to be. So speaking of high school graduations, my 20 year is coming up this fall, and you say
you look great, memes.
Thank you. And you say you went to like a private high school in South Florida. I went to a rural public high school in the middle of Alabama.
Oh, girl.
So these two upbringings that we have could not be more yin and yang.
Well, I did go to public school up until private.
Yeah, but still South Florida, not deep heart of Alabama.
Yeah, well, for a freshman year, I went to public school, and that definitely right, two different vibes, but I could really know for a fact that if I stayed there, Lord knows.
What do you think would have happened?
Oh man, I don't know. Just like deep in like a drug hole. I mean, even though I got into that in my Catholic school, but the drugs was better, so it was like I didn't have to do that much, See,
at my high school, it was they were drinking a lot. And
they booze.
So I was never a drinker, but what I did in high school is I secretly was a pothead.
Cute.
And every morning before school, my junior year, this guy named Evan that I went to church with.
Shout out Evan.
Evan.
Go
where
Ev.
you at?
Go Evan.
Yeah.
We fucking hate you.
No, he's fine.
No,
he was just annoying. But the one thing that wasn't annoying about him is that we would go smoke weed every day before school.
It's the best time.
In a Confederate cemetery.
Ew.
So I would be ashing on those graves.
Yeah, fuck yourself.
And now here we are. And who would think 20 years later I'm drinking a cannabis drink?
That's not full circle. I don't know what is, baby.
I mean, come on, right? But yeah,
telling you, weed. If I didn't smoke weed, man, oh my God, I would be in jail for sure.
No.
Oh my God, my patience is just like, I don't have patience for shit, and I'm a lot nicer when I smoke weed.
I just literally want to go to sleep and eat everything.
And actually, I'm more productive. It's weird. Like, I want to do shit. Well, sativa.
Really?
Or
it doesn't matter. Sativa or indica, they have the same effect on me. I just want to pass out every time.
That.
Every time.
Well, we're a good balance then. You stay on. I'll just be like, hey, let's go down.
I need the energy drink too. So you're not doing. So are you still like wanting to do comedy? Like,
I mean,
what's
like
the vibe now?
I'll do a show if someone wants to book me, but I'm much more into like hosting. I like doses of myself. I annoy the fuck out of myself. Imagine me doing 20 minutes of stand up. You know what I mean? So I like to just host and keep it light and keep it fun. And I'm really good with crowds that way in small doses. And that's kind of where I'm at with that.
Well, you did the whole music hosting thing at the Viper Room. So
That was awesome.
How is that
Shout out to
different?
Tommy Black, GM in the Viper Room. Shout out to T-Roy. It was his birthday. And he had a bunch of different bands go up. And that was a harder one to do because I had to really keep that energy going.
Yeah, but
these people are boozing.
How is that different from, say, hosting a comedy show?
Oh, because I feel like it's a lot straight shot. Like, hey, all right, next band. Like hosting comedy, you like fuck with the audience a little bit. You talk about their set. It's more engaging. That is kind of just like, keep it going. Let's fucking take a shot. You know what I mean? So it's fun. Yeah.
One thing about the comedy and doing stand-up and everything is I'm still like in my set. I'm still like trying just to hone in on my 10 minutes, clean that up. But one thing that's really daunting to me is crowd work. And I think that that's really hard. Now, do you think that crowd work is harder than just doing your regular 5, 10, 15?
I mean, to be honest, when I first started, I think I did a little too much. And my mentor at the time, shout out to Vargas Mason, was like, yeah, Simone, like, you're so talented off the cuff. Like, your shit's great, but you cannot do that for 10 minutes. There's no structure there. And I think it is harder. Like, because with crowd work, you could do crowd work, but then you could veer off and forget to like get back in your place. So I always try to just tap in a little bit, or I'll do all my material. Then at the end, I'll do crowd work. And then jump back in if I have a little extra time, you know? But yeah, that shit's hard.
Or like a roast battle. Did you ever do one
Of
of
that,
those?
yeah, that's not my thing, dude.
Yeah, I'm too scared to do a roast battle.
It's not even being scared. It's just like, I just want to do stand up. I don't want to like do this like gimmicky ass. I mean, I think it's great. People that are doing it like fucking crush it. But I just feel like it's just not my thing. I love to watch it and stuff, but you know?
I mean, I've heard some of the roasts that people have done like while they were practicing them for shows, and they're pretty brutal, like attacking somebody's the way they look.
Oh yeah, they don't hold back for sure.
Comedians already aren't like the hottest of the bunch. So
I know. I feel like that's why I actually dressed out even more when I'm on stage, because I'm just like, well, I don't want to be funny and like hot, you know?
What's interesting, I feel like there's also like an influx of female comedians I hear who do talk about like how hot they are on stage.
Oh my God.
And it's like, okay, we get it. I got tits
That's
too.
like a cop out. It's like, talk your shit, dude. Talk about real life shit. I feel like, especially if you are good looking, to like show your mental instability is fucking gold. And not like play self-deprecation, like really like have or want to or would still hurt yourself. On some real shit. I'm good. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know? What do you think of the community? Like how have you been received in the community?
I mean, pretty positive. I haven't had I have no beef with any comedians yet, but I'm sure that's coming.
Oh, that scared the fuck out of me.
You know, it's been, I think, coming into it as older with more life experience, and also being a writer myself, I think all of those components help. I haven't had like a horrible set yet, in my opinion, and I don't know if that's because I'm delusional or
right, probably, yeah.
But maybe at an open mic, sure, but not like, you know, on the stage.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah. Oh, just
I love
really,
bombing.
Just
oh
bombing.
My God, it's just so great. No, it's really humbling, and it's actually kind of funny to bomb too, because it's like, you know, don't get it twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also, it's just funny to like make fun of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that's what comedy is. If you can laugh at it and be like, shit, where was I going with this? Just keeping it authentic. Like I've always felt like that's a good sweet spot. Or just like pausing for a little bit, take a beat.
My overall experience with comedy so far has been great. Again, I wish I could get out.
Yeah, you're crushing.
And do more open mics, so I can meet more people, so I can get booked on more shows. But I've got to just send my tape out there too. And but I'm doing okay for year one. I think I hope I'm good.
Yeah, no, definitely. How much time do you? I just look at myself like, ooh, that's a cute little pose right there. How much time do you think you have? Like, what's your...
Like almost 10.
Okay, good. Nice.
So-
How's that process been for you? Like, what's your... do you have a set time for writing, or do you just like as it comes?
As it
Because I'm kind
comes.
of like as it comes type of person.
As it comes. I think I probably should try to have a set time, but I don't know how much I would adhere to it.
Well, it's hard to get that inspo, you know?
It is. I mean, I definitely have my phone with me. When you think of something funny, you write it down in your notes.
Right.
And then you can go back and revisit it. And, sometimes I wrote some things while on shrooms, though, that I just don't think that I'll ever revisit.
You're like, what the fuck was I thinking?
What was this, But, like I said, I've always been a writer. I went through a period after a bad breakup when I first moved here where I wasn't really affected by the guy, but the whole circumstance of, really loving somebody and, then it dissipating.
Right, real life shit.
But I was writing, I would get home and I would just, from going out with my friends or going out on a bad date and I'd be drunk and I would, pull out my MacBook and I would just, start writing poetry and, crying. Ooh. So I'm so glad I write fucking jokes now. I feel like that's way better.
Definitely. Do you remember any of the poems?
Oh God, not off the top of my head, but who knows? Maybe I'll bring one on next episode and share. Oh yeah. Yeah, like that, because that's really what, I was in grad school and I was, taking advanced poetry classes. That was kind of my jam.
Wow, that's amazing.
So,
Well, that's where the writing stems from.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, the writing process I feel like is always you can never really have a set time because I feel like you got to be inspired. You got to be in the mood. Sometimes I'll be in my car and I'm like, oh fuck, that's something. And then I'll write it in my notes. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or be like Ernest Hemingway and just booze it up. And
yeah, exactly.
Just let it go. What did Hunter Thompson wrote Fear and Loathing? He probably had the same approach. All the greats were, alcoholics.
Yeah, dude.
And weed smokers.
Doesn't make me feel as bad.
Oh, hell no.
So what's your goal? What's the ultimate?
Just to see where it can take me. I would like to get an agent. We're, on that path. Someone's on that path.
God willing, dude. Only been here for fucking 10 years.
And just, because I don't know how much longer I can take, bartending and.
It's a lot.
And I work at a gym too.
A lot of strain on your body.
Yeah. So I would love to, just keep writing, possibly get in a writer's room, the whole typical thing.
Yeah.
I would love to act also. People already do think that I act, but I don't.
Yeah. I see it. I see you. I feel like you're bookable.
Just be somebody's stepmom.
Can you do no accent? Or
yeah, I can do it.
Okay, let's hear.
Really?
Say, hi, my name is Mimi Landru, and I'm
from... Can I?
7, 8.
All right, let me just go. Wow.
I'm just saying. I'm not trying to put you on the spot or anything.
Hi, my name is Mimi Landru.
That's good. At least you could turn it on.
You can talk like this too.
Oh yes, your ventriloquist vibe thing.
I know.
I love it.
I don't know what kind of accent this is though.
Maybe you could put that into your
I am. I bought a puppet.
Also, yeah, we do look good, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
The blush is blushing, sweetie. I'm here for it.
Well, what else? What are your goals with the host?
I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely getting back more into acting again, and I just feel like I want to venture into that and see where I can go. But the journey, it's the journey, you know what I mean? Who knows? Maybe something else will come up. You never know. You know what I'm saying?
I do know that I want to live in LA the rest of my life.
For sure.
I can't imagine myself. I've lived all over the country. I've lived in Hawaii, North Carolina, New York, grew up in Alabama for 24 years, and I can't imagine being anywhere else.
Right. It's amazing.
And putting down roots. And that's the whole thing. When I moved here, I was 32 and I wasn't going to go back. I was moved here from New York. I wasn't going to go back to Alabama. I was going to just, stay here.
Right. Well, I feel like we made the right decision, we're here, we're doing it. This podcast, I'm excited. It's going to be great. We have a lot of things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about, growing up in the 90s and the music culture and pop culture and, relationships and all that shit. So I hope you guys are ready to get on this journey with us because we're excited, dude. I think it's going to be great.
I hope they want to see it.
We'll cheers my Celsius. We'll cheers my upper with your downer.
Oh, absolutely.
Cheers. And
we love to see it.
We love to see it, and I hope you love to see it. And until next time, we'll see you next Tuesday. See what I did there?
Oh, absolutely.